Like the Bat Rider. Yeah. So they're not revealing too much about who their big damage dealer is going to be, but they definitely need one here. Certainly they don't plan on playing like Elder Titan in the one, do they? I mean, Beast Coast does weird things with Hector like that. He's pretty famous for his position 1 Abaddon. So I don't know.
Yeah, but Abba was a little bit more understandable.
10 seconds.
It was one team I was working with for a short period of time where they ran the Elder Titan as a mid-hero still. This is back before they changed the Astral Spirit around a little bit. He stole more from jungle creeps. Like several players on the team would go and stack the jungle, and then he'd just have like plus 300 damage at the start of the game with his Astral Spirit and just click down the enemy mid lane. It was hilarious to see. Fortunately, you don't get that much damage from creeps anymore, so you don't really get to take advantage of that. And Zero, of course, is aware of that, and they ban out these super hard carries that Beast Coast might try to run. So Wraith King was banned out last phase. Now, of course, with everything that they got going on, they ban out the Faceless Void. So they know that there's going to be damage problems from Beast Coast. They probably want to ban out something like the Spectre next.
Yeah, Spectre would be all right. I mean, the lockdown right now for Team Zero is quite nice. Probably a little difficult to deal with if you're Beast Coast. You've got Telekinesis, Duel, Sinister Gaze, Homing Missile, and potentially even one more stun on top of that. So they ban the Kunkka, they ban the Death Prophet, get rid of that Kunkka. That brings you that control over mid. Overall, though, you know, Void Spirit's still available. We see that all the time. Wouldn't mind that. Mid gives you some mobility, again, gives you extra lockdown, and you know, depending on the build, the silences could be big here.
5 seconds remain.
So
Yeah.
we'll have to see.
Dyer's turn to
Bound Medusa, another super hard carry, but not really what I think that Beast Coast is planning on taking anyways, as much as it's rose into popularity recently. I'm still thinking that Spectre with the Viper banned out, they don't have that much to deal with it. I mean, Legion Commander is a natural carrier for that Silver Edge, does wonders on
10
him.
seconds.
But again, with that, I keep going back to the fact that they banned out that Viper as some sort of carry with like a super strong defensive passive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what it is. I like the fact that they banned out that Kunkka on Beast Coast, though, and the Death Prophet, like you said. Those tempo controlling mid heroes that can help you play a little bit more aggressive. What they decide to do here. I keep going back to the Spectre. Is there something else they could take? Could they take Luna or something here? Maybe.
I don't really like the
You need to know
Luna,
what's hard.
but
You need a frontliner, right?
I guess.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Yeah,
There it is.
I
Yeah,
think the
it's
reason
got to
we're-
be.
Yeah, the reason we're having a hard time thinking of anybody else is because Spectre just fit the bill so much. So
Yeah. There's just no other options. We'll see what Team Zero does in response to this. Again, they do have a
10
couple of things
seconds
here.
remain.
Legion Commander being a natural Silver Edge pickup.
5 seconds.
Legion Commander can be played mid, right? They could put a Doom in here.
yeah, they could go with the Doom mid. It's not terrible. Again, they could always go Legion mid, go Beast Coast route and throw the Legion mid there, and
Probably want
go
to
to
run the
something else
lead
in the
mid
offlane.
and then Doom in the offlane.
well, I mean, they could go Doom mid, Legion offlane, but I'm saying like you could still pick an offlane hero,
Yeah.
maybe something different if you want to go that route. They go Storm. They go Storm, and
Huh.
I mean, there's not a lot of lockdown here that I'm scared of if I'm the Storm. I'm more scared of the combination, though, of global silence and then, like, all of a sudden Tiny's right on you and it's a two-position Tiny who comes in with an early blink and is just avalanche toss and you're dead.
Yeah, I don't know. Picking the Storm Spirit into the Silencer doesn't
tough.
seem like a cash money move to me, Bkop.
Yeah, I mean, the lockdown is not amazing, but the silence, yeah. That's big. But the question becomes, within the time frame when global silence is on cooldown, does the Storm have the ability to, take advantage?
Yeah. Maybe just playing super aggressive, forcing out maybe a defensive global silencing against this enemy team is what you want to try to do. But again, you do have heroes on the back line that you want to get on. The Elder Titan and Silence here are pretty susceptible to getting killed by Storm when global silence isn't available. But you are susceptible yourself to getting blown up, and these people picking up like a Yules on the Bat Rider, or just getting that Blink Toss Avalanche combo on the Tarny under Storm Spirit. He needs to be very careful with his positioning in the mid lane as well. Keep his HP up high at all times. Otherwise, he's able to just blow him up with like 3 points Avalanche, 1 point toss on Tiny. These guys to be very careful here. I feel like the entire game is going to be decided based on these two people's performance inside the mid lane. Roya has to perform very well here against Chris Luck.
Here's the honorary pause.
And what's a BTS Pro Series game without the pause at the start of the game? We can talk about our sponsor, Monster Energy, keeping me through this cast in high energy with my boy Bkop here.
Ooh.
Monster keeping NA Dota alive.
Single-handedly.
I want to start tackling that shrine I got behind me. I got all sorts of flavors back there. I got Dragon White Tea, Pacific Punch. Got some Mango Loco. Talk cooking Mango Loco blood infusion there. Got some Javas, the Swiss chocolate. I really like the salted caramel Javas that they have though, but wasn't able to find any, unfortunately. I think those are probably one of my favorites. I was told to get some rehabs as well. They're pretty good. Monster Light, but I couldn't get myself any rehabs either. Maybe I need to look a little bit harder. You got a favorite?
Mango Loco is okay.
It's okay. It's okay, sis.
I'm down.
The audacity of this man. Which one really jumps out at you, you know? Which one will you kill a man for?
Oh, I don't think I'd go that far. I can't kill anybody.
Obviously, you don't deserve Monster then.
I could never kill somebody.
I'm probably gonna switch chocolate or something after this one. Anyways, game is unpaused. We're good to go. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is great. I'm loving this. All right, they're ready to go again. They want a second more on Beast Coast, discussing strategy or dealing with the fact that Hector has the worst internet known to man. Actually, team of scientists near his house trying to figure out just exactly how it's so bad. It's just, I'm told it's just Chris Luck at the Beast Coast team house at the moment. Everyone else is home because of quarantine.
The battle seeks resolution.
Whoa! Sick burn! Rolling out.
So here we go. Ready to go with game 2 between Beast Coast and Team 0. It'll be
Battle turn. Shall the battle turn?
first 2 series over at the end of this one.
Calm yourselves.
Yeah. I don't know what Zio's gonna do. I think Beast Coast just have his hands down.
You think Beast Coast have his hands down?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see how the Storm does. If Rioya can
Yeah.
go off, like, maybe it works out in their favor. Schofield in a lot of trouble.
30 seconds to battle.
Although homing missile, no rocket barrage, or heroes, can they kill him? No, they can't even do that.
No, and Schofield is just gonna walk away.
On to the start. Schofield walking all the way back to base. We don't get that off lane Elder Titan. It ends up being the mid Tiny and the off lane Bat Rider of Whisper.
Stinger actually absolutely no HP regen. I talked to you about that yesterday. I feel personally attacked whenever I see supports come to lane without very much HP regen. They teleport Lich up here right away. This guy's just going to get blasted down by the Gyrocop with the homing missile and his Lich Frost Blast. He needs to send himself out, regen ASAP, and he's going to need more than these 3 tangos here. Yeah, hey, K1 just dodging this all he can. Teleports to the other lane.
Yeah, but that's the commitment. So, like, they've made the TP commitment, but TP's still there for Team 0, and they can just follow over.
Yeah. I think Eternal Envy isn't interested in burning through all of his TP gold. But, he is Stinger. Sending about an extra 3 tangos at the start of the game. Makes him less inclined to go after some of these Frost Blasts, but I think you just take take advantage of your aggression. You've got 3 mangoes on you, you've got a homing missile, and you're just gonna die here. Stinger going down, loses his hero and his courier. Insult to injury there.
Luckily, he kept his tangos.
He's got his tangos, but no dignity. Stinger. He's out of there. So, take a look at bottom lane. Spectre's being forced back a little bit against Brax, but Schofield's here with the damage. Of course, quick peek over in the mid lane if they give us a chance to slow down some of the aggression elsewhere. We can see that Storm Spirit is currently ahead of Tiny, and that's going to happen at the very start prior to Tiny having that huge burst combo of multiple levels in the Avalanche. That's the really have to be a little bit careful and keep his HP topped up, but for now, he's doing alright. Actually fails to throw the Storm Spirit back. That's some of the issues that you have when you're playing this mid-Tiny against Roya. He's on relatively low ping.
Ooh, Roya. Losing that bottle, and that's pretty big here to lose that bottle this early on. Meanwhile, Batrider dies top. They continue to just run at these top heroes. Silencer getting low over bottom. They're going for Stinger. Brax not really deterred by the damage that Hector's throwing out. Stinger has glaives to throw, so that might turn this around and maybe give an opportunity for K1 to get the kill, especially with Spectral Dagger in just a second. Actually throws it at Snake King. Rest the attack comes in from Brax, and they won't get the damage to kill either of these heroes, but now over mid, Roya hit with the Avalanche. It's close between the two, can toss the tree and get the kill.
So, we're talking about how badly Roya needed a good start to this game, but going down before this Tiny even hits level 5, you don't really have to worry about that huge burst damage. You're in trouble. Game hasn't started that great for you. Thankfully, the other lanes are going alright for 0 so far. Still a little bit of net worth ahead. Got tons of harass coming out from this Lich heroes up here at the top lane, and of course, doing a decent job at shutting down this Spectre. Actually, they're doing less and less of a good job of shutting down this Spectre. They're pushing these 2 heroes back right now.
Whisper in some trouble. Flame break for some space.
Radiant should look to their bottom tower.
Schofield comes over, but won't lead to anything.
You're in the top lane. Whisper pushed all the way back along his tower, and Schofield picks up a haste over in the mid lane. They just slowed down a little bit despite... Yeah, they know exactly where he is, though. So they're not too worried about him. Snake King just doing all he can this game to slow down Spectre's farm, but he's not going to have the same impact in the early game on Rubik as he did on that Tiny. He just had tons of kills under his belt last time. He is 1-0 so far, but again, he just doesn't have the same tools in his kit.
Yeah, not nearly as effective in the Rubik 4. I will say though, Hector, he's farming up a Storm, 26-1, of the Gyro's 21-8, but Gyro does have a couple of assists. Rocket Barrage comes in, Homing Missile Thunder the Silencer, going on to Eternal Envy, now looking over at Snake King. They've got Schofield coming over, hoping to get something. Arcane Curse. And the Spectral Dagger with the sweep. Schofield gets the kill on a Snake King. Well done.
You're going down again. That's not good. You need to be winning this early game on the side of Zero. We had a storm kind of forced back in the jungle, and yeah, this was bound to happen. Again, we have the burst damage to bring down that storm spirit on the tiny. We have these 3 points into avalanche, and he's aware of that. Until he gets level 6, he can't beat it. Now that he's finally got it, he can walk back into this lane, but he has to make sure his HP is very high at all times, and he's got raindrops on him, which he does. So you are allowed to exist in mid lane again.
Stinger. He goes down. Hector takes a lot of damage. He's got a third hero here. Sinister Gaze. Rocket Barrage once again. And that's going to be a second, probably a third. Schofield falls. All 3 heroes on Beast Coast drop. Gyro low, but Gyro alive.
Someone lays blame.
Everyone's salving each other up. This is friendship down here in the bottom lane. The Lich's salve goes to Eternal Envy, and Snake King's salve goes on to 1437 here. It's a beautiful thing.
He's not progressing as well this early on for Beast Coast. They were down in kills in the first game, but ahead in net worth when it was coming down to this point. This time, not the same story. I mean, it's the same story in that they are giving up some early kills, but they have lost a couple here, and they're going to lose another. So Hector loses his courier, Stinger loses his life. Chris Luck's down here, but they're going to need a lot to get this done. Avalanche comes in, Snaking low, survives, now finally dies. Yoya trying to do as much as he can on the Hector, doesn't have the damage to get the kill. Schofield coming in with an extra 80, but he's under the tower. Do they even want to dive this? They'll slow down Chris Luck. They've got the Avalanche, a little low on mana for this Storm. He's got the Lightning if he wants to just bail on it. Brax comes over, and the Sleep. But the Spectral Dagger, I think, woke up Brax.
No, I don't think it did end up waking him up because he had that infused raindrop negate most of the damage. It was below the sleep threshold. Just a low level of strong threat.
Now they've got the Jewel, they'll have the Electric Vortex, and get the victory on Chris Luck. I think he woke up because otherwise the Storm... no, Storm didn't get hit by it. I don't know, Storm was still sleeping, so I don't think it was just a low level.
Dire should look to their middle tower.
Level 2? 3 seconds? Maybe.
Yeah.
I think he might have gotten woken. Who knows?
We need the instant replay tech. That's what we need. But mid lane, diving Stinger over here. Not much he's gonna be able to do about it. Whisper wants to get that counter kill onto Snaking here, but he runs into 3 heroes. I think he's just gonna die from this.
Yeah, he is in a lot of trouble, and unfortunately for Snaking, he's not level 6. Otherwise, he would love to steal Envy. Does he drop to this tree? No. Chris Luck came into this knowing the amount of heroes that were there. Got the telekinesis though, dropped down Chris Luck, Avalanche onto a couple. Snake King survives. These heroes are living on the side of Zero, even though they're low on health. They finally lose the Rubik. But that's it.
Wow. These fights, they feel so scrappy, and these heroes are always getting out with such low HP. I feel like a little bit more, and Zero would just lose control of this game. They go into Stinger mid. Stinger is just way too far up against his DD Storm. He knew he was there, too. It felt a little bit questionable there. I mean, yes, you need to get level 6 pretty badly, but you can't be letting this Storm pop off like that. That's their or their way into this game. Just letting the Storm have these early kills, get a net worth advantage. And now, second in the net worth chart, 3.5k above the enemy Spectre. Behind only the Legion Commander, who's at 3.8, 3.9 right now.
Hector hoping to get some space. He'll get the Yasha Manta first, and then the Diffusal. Telekinesis on a Schofield, trying to get him to the low ground. Ball Lightning, slow. Julia, Electric Vortex, call down, and a kill on a Schofield. They are overwhelming the Beast Coast side. Chris Luck comes over, both Avalanche and Toss are on cooldown. There's the dual Chain Frost Throne, bounces over to Creeps after killing Chris Luck. So Beast Coast falling further and further behind.
I feel like they're coming in just too late here. This tower is going to go down regardless of their reaction to the lane. They need to grab these bounties, some sort of consolation prize for losing these fights, but they're barely in position for that.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
They do get the 2 at the bottom lane, a little bit late, but Storm Spirit here going to grab both of them at the top, refill his bottle, and going to look for a kill here on Chris Luck. And this is the playmaker, the Tiny. Anything that could slow his game down. It was all about him having a favorable matchup in this Tiny, good performance, and you did get the solo mid kill against him, but against the Storm Spirit. But your team kind of fed it back and let the Storm Spirit get super far ahead. So now Chris Luck's got to play catch up.
Dire structures are fortified.
Chris Luck. I will say, all things considered, Gyro doesn't have a lot of fun. They're going to find him. Arcane Curse, Glaive's coming in, sleeps there for a second. Now have the lasso to follow this. They get the kill on the Eternal Envy, slowing down this Gyro even more.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Eternal Envy, but this is no longer the Eternal Envy game. Again, him being a sacrificial lamb isn't so bad. Getting the Legion Commander ahead, getting that Blink Dagger to shut down this Spectre, get some of those early kills in conjunction with the Storm Spirit is the play that they want to make.
Dire's bottom tower is
Eternal
in
Envy can
danger.
always catch back up and make some stacks for him. Letting them kill him and shut his game down is the biggest deal.
Dire should look to their bottom tower. Dire have fortified their structures against attack.
Legion Commander, just another 10 gold away from the Blink Dagger, and they can start making a little bit more aggressive plays. And Tiny still a ways away from his Blink. He was able to get on top of this backline and blow up the Lich and the Rubik at the start of these team fights.
Legion just holding his ground. Brax not scared of what could potentially come from the side of Beast Coast. And it was the Yasha to start, or it looked like it was going to be the Yasha from Hector. He goes for that second Blade of Alacrity, so Diffusal instead.
Yeah, I mean, he's realizing that they didn't get the early leaning phase that they wanted. 10 and 12 minutes in the game, the enemy's taking towers over the map and invading their zone, so yeah, should be a little bit better for the farming, but we're in the triangle.
Schofield, he goes down. Another kill here for the side of Team Zero, more dual damage for Brax.
But yeah, that's exactly why he doesn't get the chance to go for the Yasha. And Spectre getting gone up by the Storm Spirit. The global
silence. So he had an illusion rune, so immediately gets the global silence off. They go after Snake King. They've got the lasso with the rocket barrage onto the Bat Rider. Bolt Lightning coming in with Drax around the corner. They've got the kill on a Whisper as well as Stinger. They'll take out Chris Luck. Beast Coast losing 3. Hector does escape. This is just not going well for Beast Coast. Really well done by Team Zero in that spot.
Yeah, that illusion rune coming in clutch. I mean, he knew that they had the global silence available. I don't think that they saw what they had bottled there, though. Again, that was a change maybe a couple months ago. Illusion rune now has the same effect as Manta style. You get that frame of invincibility and it dispels you. So that pulled off the global silence there for anyone not really sure about that interaction. Roy playing out of his mind right now. This is what they needed to happen too. And shutting down this shutting down Hector here, getting close to even his first item, that Diffusal Blade, which he needs to be able to counteract all this aggression from Team Zero. And they lose him again. You're just food to Roya at this point, Schofield. They need to be able to come back into this and start playing fast, but Tiny still 1,000 gold away from his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, Chris
like
Luck really hasn't had much of a game. He's sitting about even in terms of net worth with the Gyro, but as time goes by, like, you've got 2 heroes that are leading the net worth for the side of Team Zero, and once Gyro kind of catches up, like, things will start to work on all gears for Team Zero. That being said, Beast Coast, if they can kind of delay this, they should be okay. They'll look for the sweep. Press the attack was already used. They have the Earth Splitter coming through. There's the Haunt. Now Earth Splitter hits. They'll Haunt and John over. They look over at the Legion Commander. They've got the toss as well as the Avalanche. Shamefrost bouncing around the Stinger as well as Chris Luck. They've got the kill on the Stinger. They'll take out Chris Luck. They've lost Snake King as well as Eternal Envy. It's a 2-for-2 with the lasso coming in, but Ryoya getting low. Whisper, he ends up dropping. K1 going for 1-4-3-7. Has a Spectral Dagger in a second. Doesn't even need to use it. They've got the triple kill coming from Hector. Now going after Ryoya, who's low on mana, but does have enough to ball lightning away and make some distance if need be. Won't continue to give chase. They'll just keep an eye on him with the Astral Spirit and let both Brax and Ryoya live. But that is big for Hector. He gets 3 kills, has the Diffusal finished, now going into the Manta, where the Scotty's got both queued up.
That was huge damage. The reason why that fight went so well is the Chain Frost just hit so many targets. Ended up doing 3,000 damage in that fight with the Lich. Completely outdamaged everyone, even the Storm, who had the Arcane Rune in that fight. But wise move by K1 Hector, opting to not chase that Storm Spirit. I think Storm was just trying to bait him out at the end there. Decide to go on Schofield up here again. This guy's just been food for the enemy team.
Yeah, steals the spirit, gets the kill. Schofield dead once again for the 5th time. Full silence gets used over bottom. They look for Brax, gets killed in a whisper before dying. Stinger now being chased by Ryoya.
K1, this could be a kill on the Storm, but he pops the TP before he gets on him, so he does end up having the man to TP out. That was so close. A second, maybe half a second earlier, he managed to get that first hit on the Spectre. He wouldn't have had mana to TP out there.
Dire's top tower
Do that
is
Diffusal
under
Blade.
attack.
It's getting better for Hector. He's top of the net worth now.
Dire's top tower is no more.
Roya with the big brain this game, though. He's needed to come online a big way, and he is. Now we're only 900 gold away from his Bloodstone. Things just start to get easier for him. Hector almost has his Blink Dagger, though. So things will get easier for their team as well there. But you're almost 17 minutes in the game right now, and you just have your Blink Dagger and Bottle Phase Boots on your mid-hero. Versus the Storm Spirit almost having a Bloodstone complete. 450 gold away from it now. Smoked up, though. Got to see a fight break out here in the Dire Triangle.
Potentially, Hector farming this in an interesting spot, trying to stay away. Breaks the smoke of Eternal Envy. And that'll allow them to get out. But Chris Lucky pops the invis. And Avalanche toss onto the Lich. Doesn't get the kill, blinks away. Homing missile will be thrown onto the tower.
Not much is going to come of this, though, other than the fact that Team Zero now controls your triangle. And it's going to upset you a little bit, but Spectre can go elsewhere and pop into the team fight in a couple seconds here. Does have the Haunt available right now.
Global silence in 24, so Beast Coast will probably wait for that to fight. But they might be able to get a pick off before that happens. Avalanche toss on a Snaking, press the attack onto the Rubik, won't keep him alive. Now they're going to look for the Legion. Brax press the attack on cooldown for 5 more seconds. Can he catch him? Not fast enough. Ball Lightning going to the Bat Rider. Haunt gets used. Global Silence. Avalanche toss. Don't get the dual win just yet. Finally the victory's there for Brax. Eternal Envy behind them, but now surrounded by 4 heroes. Sweep. Hits onto 2, Earth Splitter to follow it up. Chain Frost already came out. He's going to hit onto Eternal Envy, get him low. One more shot comes in from Stinger to get the kill onto Eternal Envy. Now they look over at Ryoya to toss him up in the air. Double kill for Stinger. Just blinking away is Brax. You have lost 4 heroes on the side of Team Zero, and all of a sudden Beast Coast have pulled this within 2K.
1,500 net worth jump and 3,000 XP after that fight. That was a beautiful stomp there, keeping everyone controlled up and allowing them to get that kill in the Storm. Just after he finishes his Bloodstone as well, he's definitely going to feel that one. So Beast Coast coming back into this game, and again, that was just like perfect timing by Chris Luck as far as like maximum disable time onto the Storm Spirit. He almost got out of that fight several times, and this is him like playing the best he can. He saw his HP start to go down. The situation was a little bit messy. It popped that Bloodstone at the start of the team fight to top his HP up, but it didn't end up mattering. So this is going to give Beast Coast this boost back in the game that they need. And you don't want to be taking this game too late against the Spectre. This damage is going to start to come online a big way for the Beast Coast lineup. Start to they're playing pretty tight right now. They don't want the Storm Spirit to get any Bloodstone target. You see what he got as his first item, but they take advantage of this on Team Zero, and they're taking Roshan right now. I'm not sure they're going to be able to get to it in time.
Yeah, they have no ideas.
There you go. Aegis on the Storm Spirit. Now he gets to play super far forward.
You know, have those 2 lives to work with. We'll see if Beast Coast can play a little bit more conservative to stay out of the grasp of Team Zero.
I'm not sure they're going to be able to bring the Storm Spirit down twice, but as this goes, the Storm Spirit's going to start to have damage problems of his own. Need to start letting Eternal Envy sit back, get a little bit of farm.
Stupendous.
They know Whisper's playing very far forward over here. Does have the TP off cooldown, but Storm Spirit's going far.
Oh, Whisper. Yeah, he gets caught, ball lightning on the way over, and they should be able to hold the duel. Yeah. For Brax, who's now at 70 duel damage.
You got the scaling, though.
All TPing towards top immediately.
Yeah, they're playing fast Dota right now. They say, okay, Bat Rider's gone. We need more from this, though. We just teleported everyone into our own territory. Let's find the enemy carry. Let's get on top of this. Oh, no.
Duels?
Oh!
Sweet. Really well done by Schofield. He's probably still dead, but at least stops the Storm in his tracks and should allow the rest of the team to leave. I say that, though, when the Stinger gets caught immediately after. Electric Vortex pulls him in. He'll start to run. Call down there. Now on the Stinger. He'll walk from one hero under the next. Chris Lux also here. I'm not certain why he's showing up. He does pop the Aegis. I don't know if that's really worth Haunt, though. We're going to try and turn this. Buyback comes in from the Silencer. Global Silence used. Now they'll jaunt over to the Gyrocopter. Gets the kill on a Brax. Now looks over to Eternal Envy. Last word, toss. Gyro onto the high ground. Really well done, but the Spectral Dagger allows him to cliff and get the kill. So Stinger gets the kill into Eternal Envy. They pop the Aegis. It cost them only the buyback on Silencer to get this done. So overall, I think that really works out for Beast Coast.
Yeah, again, they managed to exhaust that Aegis of the Immortal on the Storm Spirit. And while that was pretty even fight overall, 3 deaths in the buyback versus the 4 deaths on the other team, gold change about 300 in favor of Beast Coast, XP about even, but you didn't lose your Silencer, your big hero, and you stopped them from having that Aegis available on the Storm. That was one of the reasons why they couldn't really commit and take that fight, with the Storm Spirit having the second life. Without that to worry about, things are looking a little bit easier for Beast Coast, and probably when they have this Global Silence Haunt combo back up, they're going to take the fight to the enemy team.
It's a long cooldown combo, but it's one that's working so far. And the question is there like a point of no return where the combo stops working? And I don't really think that that's the case. The Spectre continues to get item after item.
Yeah, Manta style now done. Going to be working on this Eye of Scotty next, which is an amazing item against his enemy lineup. Of course, it slows for 50% against ranged heroes, and they're playing against a Storm Spirit Gyro course.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Ooh, not going to be happy about that when the courier does go down. Don't think it had any items on it, though. It was, went over there to pick up the first ultimate orb of that Scotty for the Spectre.
I would say luckily for him it doesn't.
Just grabs it from the side shop instead. He's out of mana, though, so he heads back to base. His team has to be careful for the next 30 seconds. So he's back at base, TB is on cooldown, of course Haunt is on cooldown as well.
Haunt on cooldown for 20 seconds, so you know, a fight definitely looking like a possibility for Beast Coast in just a moment. Looking like they're setting up a smoke.
They
have a
they
smoke
have
on
the
Titan.
yeah on the courier there. Pop that. Spectre just farms away though. They start to get a little bit close to each other. I feel like they're up to something on the side of Zero, but with the mid tower still up, they're pretty safe. It's a little bit hard for them to invade, having so many towers still. Stomp lands onto nothing, but they know if this guy's playing this far forward and trying to stomp us, the enemy team's probably not far behind him.
Yeah, you're not gonna let Schofield, who's been you know, food for thought for so long, just be out there by himself now.
Unless he's playing 4D chess, you know, where he knows the enemy won't think that he's by himself, so he just ends up making a bunch of space. Storm jumps down the bottom lane, tries to slow down these Spectre illusions. It's actually doing a bunch of damage to him. Drops like almost 1,000 HP to them. He's getting pretty big here on K1 Hector.
Let's see. One ulti orb. That is just about enough for the point booster, but we'll probably hold for the other ulti orb.
Yeah, does have a couple, or does the Wraith Band Magic Stick. Both those things can be replaced, though. Stinger Yeah, I like this ward. You want to take this tier 1 tower, you drop some wards behind it, and now you can start playing aggressive here.
They're playing aggressive, but again, it's just Hector continuing to farm.
Stupendous.
Catapults are here. Not that catapults are going to make the biggest difference when you've got Tiny who's this big. Look at these whacks onto the tower, chunking it down. Brax get the initiation with his Blink BKB. Probably wants to get on the silencer in the back line. I'm not sure that the other heroes on the side of Beast Coast can allow him to get that far forward, though.
They start to wrap around. They've got the Avalanche as well as the toss. The sweep hits the Rubik. Now the BKB's been popped by Brax. Goes for the duel. Earth Splitter coming through. They've used the global silence. That's going to land. They'll get the kill on a Brax. They'll take out 1-4-3-7. The duel is won by Chris Hawk. They get the kill on a Snaking down with the BKB popped by Eternal Envy and Whisper. Yoya goes to the back lines. They've got the buyback coming in from the Rubik, but it's not going to be enough to save the life of this Gyrocopter. They haven't gotten any kills on the side of Team Zero over on the Beast Coast. Chris Hawk getting low under the tower. There's the ball lightning across, finally taking out one. It is to the tower. They bought back on the Rubik. They lose the tier 1, and all of a sudden Beast Coast have a 1k lead.
Finally starting to push in the enemy territory, and the net worth lead pushes over to Beast Coast's side. I mean, they ended up grabbing all the items that they needed in order to start taking the fight to the enemy team, but Stormclear was pretty far away from the start of that and doesn't have his D-spell yet. He needs a BKB to really be able to jump in these fights, otherwise he's too afraid of getting caught out by this global science having the Spectre go on him. He's still, 400 net worth away from it. Once he has that, it'll be a little bit easier for him, but now they're starting to run into the problem of the lack of damage on Beast Coast. There's not that much dual damage on the Legion Commander. Your Gyrocopter, all he's got is a BKB. Build a Yasha right now, but this is nothing.
Know if this is going to work out for them. Whisper and Stinger are here. They're just going to TP Schofield away. Stinger TP's out successfully. Whisper next. Everybody gone. Dust is used, but they don't find anybody.
So another fight with no takeaway there. Storm does manage to get out. His BKB is flying over now, and they definitely want to take a fight as soon as he has this. Catch the enemies out by surprise if they don't realize that he has it. They know he's been pretty close for a little while now. He hasn't built any items, but it's wild to think that he got this Bloodstone maybe 16, 17 minutes into the game, and he only now finishes a BKB 10 minutes later.
You can see how much Hector has really gained ground and split himself apart from the Storm. He's got the Scotties going into the Basher, and he's not too far off of that, so Hector's farm really starting to get out of control.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's
Stinger.
middle tower is under attack.
Gobs a telescope.
Lightning, Vortex, Chain Frost with the duel, so Brax does get the dual damage, making it 90.
I mean, if these kills on Schofield don't matter that much in the grand scheme of things, yes, it creates opportunities for you to take a team fight into Beast Coast, but if Beast Coast play kind of far back while Schofield's dead, it doesn't really matter that you committed so much to taking him out. So at this point, you either try to play very aggressive onto the enemy team while Schofield's dead, you don't have that counter initiation and locked in of so many heroes in the middle of the fight in the form of Stomp, but if you're not going to do anything, it doesn't matter. It's a waste of time to bring him down almost.
Avalanche toss coming through. BKB pop by Eternal Envy as well as Brax and as well as Ryoya. They go to the backlines. They get the kill on a Stinger. Stinger still has that global silence. He doesn't have buyback to get back into the fight and use it. They kill off Chris Hawk. They lose Snaking. Down goes Eternal Envy. They look over at Ryoya. The ball lightning away. He does have TP. Spectral Dagger thrown by K1. They won't catch up to Ryoya.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Legion Commander over on the back here, he's gonna get the duel off onto Schofield. Schofield's dead twice in a row.
That's not good.
Just like that, picked off twice. Yes, they did manage to get the silencer at the start of that team fight. Storm Spirit instantly jumping onto the back line and pulling with that electric vortex, stopping him getting global silence off. But I'd say the main reason he didn't have the buyback on the silencer is just due to the fact that it was still on cooldown for another couple of seconds before that fight started. So very nice timing there on Team Zero. Unfortunate for Beast Coast, but then again, the fight didn't go that hard in your favor, despite the conditions being so nice. So you have to wonder what's going to happen in this next fight when conditions are going to be better for Beast Coast. If they get a little bit closer to this diffuser, or sorry, this Abyssal Blade, the Spectre, Basher just completed and being flown out to him now.
This will do nicely.
They start to position towards the Roche pit here, but Zero smoking up. About to see a fight here.
Avalanche
Oh,
toss,
no.
BKB gets the duel on a Chris Lock. The damage coming through. They'll get the duel victory. Chris Lock taken out. Faded a little bit too far, and all of a sudden it's from 70 to 150 duel damage. More than doubled.
Things are heating up pretty quick here. And you'd think this would open up Roche for you, but unfortunately you are playing against an Elder Titan. It is very hard to try and...
Otter Splitter, they find Hector. Global Silence comes in, Rio pops the BKB, he goes after Hector. Hector with the homing missile on him, so he's going to run to the back lines, get on top of these stairs. Try to find some distance between him and the side of Team Zero. Avalanche flies in, and now they'll get the kill on a Stinger. So Stinger already used the Global Silence. Spectre Dagger hits add to Snake King. They have buyback available on Chris Luck. They're using a lot of what they're using in these team fights just to really not find much of anything.
Missile hits K1 Hector as he tries to TP back to the base and top up his HP, then Haunted.
They've got the sweep on multiple heroes. Envy, Hill drop, so does Snake King. Chain Frost bounces around. They've got Whisper moving forward. Brax goes invis. 1437 and in some trouble. Spectral Dagger gets thrown out and hits onto this Storm. Triple kill for Hector. Sweep. They have more? Not really. They don't have any more control. They had a Lasso on cooldown. And it's only a Basher, not an Abyssal Blade.
Yeah, these fights, so many things are going wrong for Beast Coast, but they're still either winning them or not coming out that far behind. I mean, that last fight at the start of the Roche pit started when Hector didn't have Haunt available. If he wanted to get back, the Bat Rider, I think, just ended up dropping Lasso on the Storm Spirit regardless. I guess kind of thinking K1 Hector would start meleeing him down. That didn't end up happening, though. Then Hector tried to TP home into base, ended up getting hit by the homing missile just because I don't think he timed things right. Didn't top up his HP, haunted in anyway. Just, it feels like kind of a symphony of misplays or awkward engagements for Beast Coast, but they're still coming out on top. Yeah, God knows that Team Zero is going to get slaughtered when things don't go their way.
You've got Spectre, who's 5k ahead of the Storm, so all that gold turning into something good, going for the Abyssal Blade and getting close to the Ring of Health. A couple gold from that, and then needs 1100 more to get the Vitality booster.
Top lane.
Ball Lightning, Scope Heal, dead again, good damage for Brax. 180.
Really, this guy's starting to do more damage, and he's going for this Silver Edge. So they want to be able to bring down the Spectre. I feel like it's going to be coming out just a bit too late. He's got the Aegis finished on the Spectre, and 800 gold away now from this Abyssal Blade. At that point, I think it's go time. They start trying to take the enemy base, and Storm Spirit not having enough damage to bring down the Spectre in return. He's going for Shivas of his own. That's going to help slow down the Spectre's sustain in the team fights, but you got the serious lack of damage from the heroes on here. I feel like it's going to have to be the Brax game going forward.
It seems like they might have to commit more to him, especially with Envy. He's 3-7 and 22. He's got BKB, Sanji, and Yasha, but the BKB's already down to 7 seconds. Like, yeah, he'd love to have that Satanic, get the status resistance up. They've just been able to overwhelm him time and time again.
Yeah, when you get that status resistance, you stay alive, but the damage still isn't coming out from you, Envy. Abyssal Blade now finished. Haunch is off cooldown. Global Silence ready. I'm pushing this tier 2 bottom. What say you? Do they continue to go down to the tier 3 here, or do they back up? Oh, honestly, I'd continue to go down to the... Oh. Alright, they TP back home. Middle of me talking.
How far away? Has it. Okay, so has the Abyssal Blade going Silver Edge next. Silver Edge next for the Legion Commander.
Yeah, the question is, can he get this online before the next fight? It's pretty cheap to finish this up. I think he needs another 1,000 gold here. But no farm really left on the map, and Eternal Envy and Storm Spirit are taking priority over you, even though you're pretty important in my opinion, Rax. Don't let your teammates tell you otherwise.
For enemies.
Oh no, I think they're going to end up being able to grab him here. You see that he walks out. He moves away. Legion Commander is a very fast hero. They end up getting nothing from this.
45
Other than
speed.
control triangle.
They've got the ages to work with. They're trying to be a bit aggressive, but they're not overstepping just yet.
I hold one issue with what Beastcoast is doing. We were talking about this yesterday. The mark between a good silencer player and a bad one is making sure that you save for buyback. And unfortunately, Stinger, 350 gold away from buyback right now. Not much to stop Storm Spirit from just going on top of him and blowing him up, especially considering they have this BKB now. You can't hold that. Hold that Yule's into Stomp Trick on the other Titan that you've done the last couple of team fights now. This guy's just going to get blown up and killed.
Structures are fortified.
Ball lightning, back and forth, looking for the Arcane Curse, won't land it. Homing missile hits onto K1.
Radiant's top tower is under
He's whittling these people down though.
Dire's bottom tower is under
He's dropping lower and lower. Schofield's sitting at only 800 HP. Not much to stop Storm Spirit from just blowing him up.
Ball lightning in once again, back and forth they go, but they're going to lose the tier 3 regardless. Steal the Spectral Dagger, that gets thrown at K1. Whisper coming around looking for the lasso. Flame Break hits onto Eternal Envy. Snake King throwing a Fabled out. Again, the ball lightning forward and all the way back. Whisper maybe thinking about getting a lasso there if possible, but doesn't land it.
But they're happy not to commit too hard on that one as long as they can force the Spectre back for another couple of seconds, and Aegis is expiring in 15. So they're not going to get any use from that there. To smoke into their own jungle. I think they're hoping to catch out maybe Spectre farming by himself. The tier 4 neutral items are up now, and the enemy team might split up in order to grab some of them.
Ooh, they got the scan just on the edge. So Beast Coast know they're over there.
scanning for enemies.
Massive TP's coming in.
But everyone playing pretty close together into these trees back here, and they smoke up actually. Legion Commander and Stormtrooper going for something, but they couldn't grab him!
Ooh, lasso, global silence, Abyssal Blade, but the BKB's been popped with the air splitter coming through. Brax BKB as well as Rioya is used already in this fight if they can keep up. They don't have the haunt anymore, so this is a problem for them. They'll find 1437. Chain Frost bounces once. 1437 silenced up and killed off. And the off screen, he's killed. As Chris Luck and K1 were right on him. Back in with the ball lightning. They'll go through. They'll get the kill on a Whisper. They look over at the Silencer, but Silencer's already used the global silence. If you get the kill on him, it's not really much of a deal. Rioya TP's out as he's got no more mana. Brax, Invis, thanks to the Shadow Blade, 210 dual damage. They've got the Sentry Ward down. I believe maybe they caught a little bit of a glimpse of Brax. They're going to continue to chase, hoping that maybe they can find him. Question is, where in the trees is he going to go? You know, he's not towards the bottom. He continues to go north. Schofield searching. Schofield looking. Brax has a TP. The question is... Ooh, finds him! Brax in trouble. Avalanche there. There's the toss. Sweep is on. And they get the kill. Chris Locke finally finding Brax.
Makes a bit of space for his team though. Fortunately, Lich and Gyrocopter have not much time left until they're back up. But Brax is down for 60 seconds here. Initiated briefly onto the Spectre mid, but that last fight was just so split up. I think realizing that they didn't have what it took to grab that Storm Spirit after the Legion Commander pressed the attack on him, got him out of that lasso, and he popped his BKB. God, it was just too hard to take that initiation. But those were like
Dire structures.
are you 10 seconds? No, okay. They're going lower and lower on the charges of these things, but the fight split up so far. I mean, Spectre realizing that he couldn't get onto that Storm Spirit opted to go for Eternal Envy instead. And of course, when he has this ability with Steel Blade, there's just no TPing out for Eternal Envy. His game is just shut down completely. Again, I feel like this is the Brax game, but they haven't really let him have farm priority, and they haven't let him finish farming up the Silver Edge. That was going to make Kekner too hard to bring down, sitting at 4,000 HP. He's level 25 now. He's got that plus 5% dispersion. This guy is just too big. Mr. Worldwide over here.
Sound strategy.
Man, 25,000 net worth. We'll say Rioya at one point was at 12 Bloodstone charges. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of this game just, it falls on the fact that Gyro just doesn't have much farm.
Yeah, I mean, I agreed with what they were doing at the start of the game, focusing more so on getting Roya online, help shutting down the enemy, or trying to shut down the enemy Spectre, rather than focusing on Eternal Envy having a good game. But I think they need to stick with that. You know, get that Silver Edge on Legion Commander, make it so they have everything they need to take down the Spectre, their major win condition, and then help Eternal Envy out and take the fight and get the other heroes on the back line. Once Beastcoast started hitting some of their timings, the game just became a lot easier for them. It became easier for them to use up the Storm Spirit and then stomp him out with Schofield. Shut him down too hard in these team fights. Roya has played a super good game, but Beastcoast did a pretty good job of playing, or are doing a pretty good job of playing against what he wants to do right now. And now he's having some serious damage problems.
This could potentially be a hold, though, for Team 0, as they do have the Storm level 25 now, so it makes it very difficult. Distance auto remnant on. That might buy enough time for Gyro to get something.
Yeah. Flicker just picked up on Tiny. Not sure he'd give that to Flicker on the other team in Legion. But ooh, they got the Witless Shaco and the Gyrocopter and Leveler on Spectre. So he opts to hold this Minotaur Horn instead. Up a little bit. Stop missiles from hitting you with that one.
Leveler picked up for Beast Coast, but okay, Tiny will grab that. I think that's fine. Giving Tiny the faster attack speed, making sure that K1's got the Minotaur Horn. Doesn't have a BKB just yet, so an item that he'll certainly make use of.
The plus 20 strength helps him quite a bit as well. This is a 4,400 HP Spectre, 26 armor. It's even more when he's beside this Tiny who's got the Assault Cross. They just don't have the damage to bring this guy down. They're going to need everything. The Silver Edge does need to be completed on this Legion Commander to make things a little bit easier. Take off that Dispersion with the level 25 talent. In fact, they're getting a Silver Edge of his own, which is interesting. Looking for a sneak initiation. It's a good item. Roshan finally back up. The Storm Spirit is going to have vision of it due to those remnants. But both teams are going to want this one. Aghanim Scepter on it this time around. The Aghanim Scepter Roshan is just so big. You get such a net worth advantage all of a sudden with it. So I'm trying to ball forward. Push the lanes back so they might be able to take Roshan. I don't think the other team realizes it's here just quite yet.
Yeah, they're going to try and fight. Oh, backlines. Abyssal Blade used on a Brax. They'll get the kill on the Legion Commander immediately with the BKB pop by Eternal Envy. They'll turn their focus over to the roof. They've got 3 arrows around snaking. They actually kill off Eternal Envy's courier as well. That has the Satanic on it. They go after the Elder Titan as well. Ooh, ball lightning back and forth. Duel is out onto the Silencer. They get the kill onto Eternal Envy once again. They get the kill onto Eternal Envy for the first time. He buys back. Taking out the Rubik. They've got the Flame Break. Avalanche in on a Rioya. I think the Flame Break saved him in the end.
He's just gone now? He's out? Alright, he tries to go back in.
Interestingly enough, he wants to go back for Chris Luck. Avalanche used, but it's not going to help him. Homing Missile comes through. Rock Barrage once again. They get the kill on Chris Luck. They'll take him out. He's down for 99 seconds, but they killed off Brax. He's there for 95. No buyback. Abyssal Blade used onto Eternal Envy. You just bought back. He's trying to survive. He doesn't have a Satanic. And he's just dead to K1, Whisper, and Schofield.
They do need to push these creep waves in right now, but oh god, that fight could have been so much worse if they got the Roya right there, who didn't have buyback the time. He's just going all in. He's doing everything he can to stop the enemy team from being able to take this base.
XD.
Backdoor protection is still up. Realize that he's slowing him down, yeah. Roy doing everything he can to slow things down a little bit more. The creeps did get close enough to the tower there to stop backdoor protection, but K1 doesn't want to push his luck too much. He says, okay, we know Roche is up. It's got the Aegis on it. Let's just clear this out while Legion Commander and Gyrocopter are still dead. We'll have Haunt, we'll have Global Silence for the next team fight, and we'll take the game then. The only question is who they give this Aegis to. Give it to Spectres, so I can globally get on to any heroes.
Oh, they can't kill. Oh, the Ag's Blessing?
Yeah.
You said the Aegis. The Ag's Blessing for Spectre for sure.
Yeah.
Get that solo Haunt onto somebody. I think that's perfect. You go to the back lines, pick off that Legion Haunt again, jump onto somebody else, use the Abyssal Blade to get that first kill. Seems perfect to me. And yeah, there's the Shadow Step.
Will always be to rise again.
Oh, I
Might
know
see us
Vortex
right
coming
away.
through. Global Silence comes in. Storm. They use Shadow Step. They get the kill on a 1-4-3-7. I guess had Haunt. Could have gone on the Storm. Had the Abyssal Blade, I believe.
Double damage.
Be pretty careful of this one now. Spectre is always going to be on top of you.
Yeah,
This man is
Shadow Step
chopping
every
it.
35 seconds is kind of ridiculous.
Taking out this tower right now. Not a whole lot they can do about him. And Storm Spirit can slow him down. He's regaining mana very quick, which way and activating Clarity's on his hero, bottling up, sitting in the fountain. But you have Minotaur Horde. You've got Aegis on Spectre.
Who rejects me?
Ball lightning all the way over. Did Brax use his BKB already? Flame Break hits. He's on the run. And yeah, Shadow Step over with the Abyssal Blade. Brax in trouble. Press the attack. The chase is on. The Spectral Dagger comes out with the Diffusal Blade. They'll get the kill. Dead for 89 seconds without buyback.
That should help.
So with the Haunt exhausted right there, Shadow Step's still available, even though Spectre's back in base. He's going to be participating in the fight in no time again. He says, all right, team, give me vision of one of the enemy heroes. I want to get back in there. Now with everyone out.
Going back and forth, just trying to hold this game, kill these creeps, but look at Chris Luck. He takes these towers out pretty quickly, especially with that leveler. Looks like he hits so much faster than the animation. Ball lightning in and out. Now they've got the telekinesis. They'll use the Shadow Step, I believe. Abyssal Blade is used onto the Rubik. They've got the lasso to lock him down even longer. Ball lightning all the way in. And they get the kills here. Rioya going for the Elder Titan. They'll take out Schofield. BKB's been popped by Rioya. Chris Luck, he's only at about half health. He's fine for now. Eternal Envy pops BKB. Really not doing anything more than just throwing some right clicks with it. Got the telekinesis on a K1. He still has that Aegis. Fade Bolt. Drop the cheese somewhere, not entirely sure, but the Avalanche control. The toss comes in to Rioya. He gets the ball lighting out once again. They've got the Sinister Gaze. That'll help keep Rioya alive. The Diffuse Blade on a 1-4-3-7. Now Ghost Scepter trying to stay up and about. Ball lightning vortex hits on a Stinger. Abyssal Blade used onto Eternal Envy. He's in a little bit of trouble. They've got themselves the Euls. That'll lock the Spectre for a sec for the Avalanche. Hits on 3 of these heroes. They've got Eternal Envy dead. 95 seconds on the sideline. Duel used coming out onto Whisper. Gets the kill. Brax now dual victory once again. He's got 270 damage. They get the kill on the Chris Luck as well as Stinger. They took out the first life away from Hector. They've got the Sinister Gaze. They'll start to lock him up. He's got no help to get out of this one. Elder Titan so far away. He already bought back. They'll use the Minotaur Horn. I believe he ate the cheese. And now just trying to run. Chain Frost Throne doesn't bounce anywhere, but he is close. Shadow Step trying to jump, ball lightning over. They get the kill on a Hector. They take out the Spectre, and in a way, I mean, they've only lost one set of racks. They hold.
They do hold, and that is a 21,000 XP for Team Zero and 11, almost 12,000 for Beast Coast in that team fight. That was crazy. But my biggest gripe with that fight is Spectre would just spend most of it walking back and forth, not able to do anything. He swapped his boots out of his inventory for the Aegis. Did have the Manta, does have Shadow Step and Abyssal Blade, but he wasn't able to get his hands on anyone. He did almost nothing inside these team fights. His team got picked off. He got kited around, and everyone died. I feel like maybe he shouldn't have swapped the boots out of his inventory because he just wasn't able to touch anyone until everybody was dead.
I think the worst part about that for Zero is the fact that Envy got like nothing out of it.
Envy is the non-factor right now for sure. Again, if he's up, great, but he is not your focus right now. You want Legion Commander to be online. You want him to get more dual damage. You want him to be able to take out Spectre with the Silver Edge. But in K1 Hector not being able to touch anyone due to those lack of boots, I think is what cost him that last team fight.
Schofield in trouble once again, and winner chicken dinner now at 330. They've got themselves the invisibility to use on a Brax. He's in a lot of trouble to get the kill onto the Legion Commander. They'll take him and out, dead for 100 seconds. Now they've got the last one on 1.37, so they're taking out a second hero. They look for the Spectral Dagger going inside the tree. Snake King blinks and TPs away. They've dusted. They don't catch anybody more, but getting Brax dead for 88, you know, he is a lot of your damage for the moment.
Yeah, they did set up a win condition 4-0 in that team fight, though. Spectre being forced to buy back with 20 seconds left because they didn't want to lose the Brax there. This could be dangerous.
Yeah, I think losing the Rax would have been okay.
Yeah, I think it's better than using the Spectre buyback there. They managed to take out 2 heroes, but they need to start planning to end this game here. You do always have kill potential onto the Spectre when you've got that Silver Edge duel for him. Again, you don't have that BKB on the Spectre. Silver Edge Blade Mill duel onto the Spectre, and I think he just dies, and then they lose the game if he's not up. Because it is Hector. He is the only real damage factor on the side of Beast Coast at the moment.
I don't know.
Well, not only, but the majority of it.
But it would be hard to defend without the Spectre. I think there's definitely the tools available.
Yeah, but, they have to focus up right now. Playing really far back, I think, waiting for these next items here. And Spectre finishes up the butterfly. Currently on the... It's on his hero. Never mind, I'm crazy.
First splitter every 34.8 seconds. That's disgusting, because these heroes are getting up there.
I don't think the Spectre wants to keep the boots out of his inventory. I think he really does need boots. Because, again, that was one of the things that I think lost in that last fight. He was just getting juked around. He couldn't walk anywhere. He couldn't get onto anyone. I mean, yes, you have Shadow Step to get on top of heroes. But regardless of that, it didn't happen in the last fight. What do you... Makes you think things are going to be anything or any different in this next one here?
It is crazy how little farm Gyro has with the levels. He's level 25. He's got the homie missile charges, and I mean, Satanic BKB SNY. Yes, the status resistance is there, but I don't know. Like, I feel like it would want Ags, maybe another item. But if there's anything I know about Eternal Envy, next item's Divine Rapier.
Item is always Divine Rapier. I mean, this guy has gone Witless Shackle on his hero. He doesn't have mana to use his entire kit right now with his hero. He's got, like, no int items. Just Magic Wand, Drum of Endurance, and then losing 200 max mana from the Witless Shackle. He's trying very hard to stay alive in these team fights and just, I guess, sponge up damage. A small factor, to be sure.
Coming over. Brax Invis. If they just Silver Edge and find the Spectre, that is a big problem.
Honestly,
Where is he going to put this Satanic?
Who the...
Spectre.
I don't know. You definitely don't swap out the Manta for, because then you're moving even slower.
I feel like Silver Edge was...
Haste.
Not
an item you didn't necessarily
it doesn't
need.
counter out anything that hard. I'd rather you have boots in your inventory than the Silver Edge, to be real with you.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Hector clearly disagrees with me.
Axe for the Elder Titan. Bat Rider going into the Lincolns. He's got Gem and Flicker. Chris Luck actually has a boatload of gold. He's going into a Lincolns. Drops his...
Radiant are scanning
Did
for
he
enemies.
do that wrong? Dropped a Ring of Hell
Third,
and then rebought it?
got 30 on Spectre now. So he's got the extra movement speed from the Spectral Dagger. He has all of his talents. The Spectre is activated and he's going in.
Yeah, there's the Haunt. Spectre, where's the jump? It's on a Gyro. They've got the Abyss Boy. The BKB's been popped. Can Eternal Envy survive this one? They've got the break onto the Spectre as well as the cooldown coming through. Or a Splitter hits. They get the kill into Eternal Envy. They've got Ryoyo low. He's trying to survive. He pop that Bloodstone, keeping himself healthy. Now they've got the lasso on the Brax. Brax has a lot of this damage, but he ends up falling. He's dead for 100 seconds. They look over. Now Avalanche Toss on Ryoyo. He's trying to run. One more shot until he's dead. Ball lightning low on mana. Whisper chases. There's the Tree Toss on Ryoyo. Gets the kill. Dead for 2 minutes. Nobody's got buyback. And GG, just like that, will be called. Beast Coast taking the 2-0.
East Coast extremely strong. I feel like they did a couple things differently, and they would have been able to end this game a bit faster. But 27k up, late game against the Spectre, there just wasn't a chance. Roya played an amazing game on Storm Spirit here. Let me make that clear. Like he needed to do so much work in order for them to stay in this at the very start, and he did. Despite the fact that he ended up getting first blooded by Tiny in the mid, he recovered. He got a couple of kills. He kept Tiny shut down. He ended up stopping Tiny from getting any gold or items. I mean, the Tiny had what? Phase Boots, Bottle, Blink Dagger at 17 minutes, and that's like Windstorm had his Bloodstone complete. But after that, he just slowed down too much. Didn't have the BKB, his second item on the Storm Spirit, done until 27 minutes in the game. And of course, Eternal Envy never ended up coming online either. Beast Coast just doing too good of a job with outplaying Zero in some of these team fights. Schofield on that Elder Titan, and then we had gotten picked off a couple of times with that Yules and stopped Roya on the Storm Spirit from being able to do anything in the fights, and got them back into the game. So Beast Coast winning, but Team Zero they played some pretty convincing Dota.
Yeah, so Beast Coast do a very good job. Hector 22 and 18, 41,000 net worth, played really well. And overall, Beast Coast still looking quite strong. It was good from Zero from the beginning, but they couldn't keep up with what Beast Coast was throwing their way, and ultimately they end up losing. So Beast Coast take the 2-0, and now we move on to the next series, which is Team Brazil against 4 Zoomers. That should be a fun one coming up, and one that I think that I'm kind of excited for. We'll see if 4 Zoomers can turn their poor luck around, as things have been a little bit tough for them, or if we're going to see Team Brazil look as strong as they have previously. So they had the day off yesterday. They're going to play again today. 4 Zoomers, Team Brazil coming up next. Stay there, and we will hopefully be back in a timely manner. So stay there, and we'll see you soon.